So Michele Bachmann was giving a speech, a little interview at Patrick Henry College, and she had something interesting to say about her performance during the debates during the last Republican nominating cycle. Here's a quote for you. "I was very proud of the fact that I didn't get anything wrong that I said during the course of the debates. I didn't get anything wrong, and that's a huge arena." That turns out to not be the case. You might be surprised to find out. But before we go to some of the things that she did actually get wrong, she had another quote that I just think perfectly shows the psychology that's within her skull. "You have to be a virtual Wikipedia. You can be asked anything. You could be asked, who's your favorite contemporary singer?"
Oh.
She's a serious politician. She raised like more than any other congressional candidate during the last cycle.
John, she didn't get anything wrong, including her desire to marry a heterosexual man.
That's a good point. I feel a little bit bad about that, but.
And ironically, I mean, first of all, if you get asked who's your favorite contemporary singer, who cares?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, where's the wrong answer in that?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm just gonna go off the top of my head.
She's like, all of them. They're all my favorites.
Yeah, the Biebs, I think he's cool. What's your guess?
I think it's amazing that that's the challenging question you're gonna get, because I don't know what they're gonna hit me with next. And off the top of my head, talking about being wrong, and it was a goofy one, which again I don't care, but it just showed how stupid she is. It was the Elvis Presley's. She called it his birthday when it was actually the day he died, or vice versa. And she's like,
she
I'm
got
just celebrating.
John Wayne Gacy's hometown.
Yeah, all these things.
John
And the thing
Wayne.
is, who cares? But when you keep talking about how important it is that you know these trivial things, you didn't even know those.
No, it's just funny. It's like you could be asked about anything, like nuclear disarmament, Libya, your favorite singer, what kind of pasta you prefer. Like, you're a politician and I'm a goofball on the internet? Like, how did those things get so mixed up? But anyway, like she did obviously get many things wrong, and not just the little gaffes that you're talking about. Like, she just flat out lied very often in these debates, and so we've got a couple that I want to talk about. The first is when she was talking about the HPV vaccine. That it seems silly, but at one point it was quite controversial, actually. And so she had this quote: "To have innocent little 12-year-old girls be forced to have a government injection through an executive order is just flat out wrong. That should never be done. That's a violation of the liberty interests. Little girls who have a negative reaction to this potentially dangerous drug don't get a mulligan. They don't get a do-over." She then later said that she had never actually fear-mongered when it came to the HPV vaccine, and then later went on to once again fear-monger about the HPV vaccine. Which, specifically this one, we've got some other funny ones, but specifically this one about that vaccine, I find to be one of the most insidious ways that the Christian religion in the last 2 years has influenced politicians, that they're willing to have these young girls get cervical cancer because they think that if they get the HPV vaccine, they'll have more premarital sex. A couple of times, both in a June 13th CNN debate in New Hampshire, she referenced that the Congressional Budget Office said Obamacare will kill 800,000 jobs, which sounds like news to me. It's not news because they didn't actually say that. She was eventually told that they didn't say that. She then later on, in September, months later, repeated the claim at the Reagan Library saying that Obamacare is killing jobs. She was wrong about basically handing over our interrogation of terrorists to the ACLU. She was told that, found out that the CIA still interrogates people, not just the ACLU, and the ACLU is highly critical on Obama's record on civil liberties. She then continued to repeat that claim. She also talked about Libya. She said, "He put us in Libya. He is now putting us in Africa." That's kind of a silly one because, of course, Libya is in Africa. It's not two separate events. Michelle,
She's
you're
the
a
worst
jackass.
liar. I mean, you think you would practice your lies. If you're a lying politician, which damn near all of them are.
I don't think she's always lying. I think she's
she's back and forth
genuinely
on 3 different.
confused. She doesn't remember. She can't keep track. She's just not a very bright person.